Hey, Guitar Hacks. Um, I finally got one. It's the Marshall Origin 50 watt head. Pretty hard to get, at least here in Ontario. There's not a lot of these floating around, but I managed to get my hands on one about a week and a half ago, and I've already done a couple of gigs with it. But I just wanted to go through it. There's not a lot of videos on the heads, a lot of videos on the combos, but not a lot on the heads. So I wanted to do one on the head in case anyone's interested in one of these things. I've got it plugged into a my Hughes and Kettner 212 cab, which is basically it's got a couple of vintage 30s in it. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm playing a Les Paul Standard 2005. I'm going to play a couple of tones. I'm going to play with a couple of the knobs. I'll go through the knobs. They're pretty standard. There's a couple that I'll focus on, which is the tilt and the presence, just to kind of show you what those things do. Now I'm a little limited in volume here. I'm standing about 2 feet away from this thing. This thing can get really loud. Right now it's on full power. So I'll just play a few chords here. I'm in the bridge pickup right now. Middle position. Neck position. The amp has no reverb on it, so there's none there. I don't have anything plugged into this. I'm going straight into the cab. I'm going to play with a couple of these knobs just so you get an idea what they do. So I'll start with the tilt control, which is this one over here. Now, apparently this is modeled after the old JTM 45 that had a bright channel. And what people would do is they would jump the bright and normal channel together, and then you can sort of vary the two. This kind of duplicates that. So what I'll do is I'll turn the tilt all the way down. Okay, so now it's at its sort of bassiest. Just to give you an idea, again, I'm on the bridge pickup. Okay, and then I'll crank it all the way to the other end on 10. Super bright. Okay, so there's actually three different ways to control the brightness on this. You've got the tilt, then you've got the presence, which right now is at about 6 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, it's around 1 o'clock. I'll turn that all the way down so you can hear it, with presence basically at nothing. Okay, and then I'll crank the presence to 10. Well, it's really ice picky. Very sharp. So I'll put that back down. Okay. So those two controls are kind of, well, presence, a lot of amps have presence, but the tilt control gives you kind of another way to control the brightness of the amp. Okay, the other thing is, this is a 50 watt amp, and right now I'm on the high, which is full power. I can drop this down to a 20 watt by putting that in the middle. So now it should be, at 20 watts as opposed to 50. Actually, the power soak on this is pretty good. It doesn't really change the sound, at least not on the 20. It's still kind of kind of sounds very similar to the 50. And on the low position, it's supposed to take it down to 1 watt. Okay, so that's basically it with this amp. There is comes with a foot switch that you can turn the effects loop on and off, and there's also a boost on this, which I'll talk about in a minute. This is not a high gain amp at all. It is just a strictly basically like a old school 1-channel amp. The boost manually, you can also do it, get a boost by pulling out the gain switch here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put it back to full power. Okay, and hopefully it won't crack up too much on the, actually let me leave it at 20 watts. So when you pull this out, okay, now I've got the boost. So I'll put a little bit of hair on it. Not high gain at all. Mind you, I've only got the gain at 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the master down a little bit so I don't kill myself. And I'm going to put the gain up on full. And you can get an idea how dirty this will get. Okay, so you're looking at AC/DC gain. That's basically it. So not crazy gain on this. So I want to, I'm going to put the Les Paul down. The Les Paul, by the way, against a 2005 standard, it has Burstbucker Pros on it, in case you're wondering. I will put this down and plug in a Strat so you can hear what the Strat sounds like through this, and I'll be right back. Okay, got a Strat in my hands here. This is just an American Standard. It's got the Fat 50 pickups on it. So let me go through a few tones just so you can hear what it sounds like. I changed some of the EQ a bit just to get a pretty decent Strat tone. And here we go. So I've just gone through all of the Strat positions. I am going to now see how much dirt I can get on this Strat. So let me turn that down a little bit and turn up the gain. And now comes the boost. So this is the most gain you can get out of it. Let's see how loud this is. I think I'm going to drop it down to 20 watts so I don't kill myself again. so you're not really getting any dirt with the Strat. The pickups aren't enough to push it. So for if you want something that has gain and you want to rely on the amp for gain, I do not recommend this amp. There's not nearly enough gain in it for Strat single coil. Maybe with humbuckers, if you're doing nothing heavier than like an AC/DC, you just want a blues gain, that'll work for you. It's not that type of high gain amp. To me it sounds very, very Marshall-y. Again, I played it with 2 gigs. I don't rely on the amp for gain at all, or for overdrive. I'm a pedal guy, and what I will do in the next video is I will use pedals with this amp, and then you can kind of hear how it sounds with pedals. So far it's been a really good pedal platform. Clean on its own like this, I don't know. It's kind of limited in use, especially because it doesn't have the built-in reverb. You don't even have that. It's just a single channel amp. It's, for me, I look at it as just sort of a foundation or a platform. And it's extremely loud. I think, and I did an outdoor gig. I think I got it as high as 3. I was mic'd anyway, but regardless, it can get really super loud. Anyways, that's my little bit on the Marshall Origin 50. I will be doing a follow-up video using my pedals, so you can see how this thing works with pedals. And it works good, but you can hear that for yourself hopefully soon when I get a chance. And that's about it. Just wanted to do a video on one of these because, again, I've seen a lot of videos on the cab, not a lot on the head, and especially the 50. You see a lot of 20, but not a lot of 50. And really the 50 and the 20 are basically the same thing. This is just a lot louder. Anyways, I hope that helps any of you that are thinking about one of these things. They're really slow in arriving at stores for some reason, especially up here. So good luck to you if you are trying to search one of these out. And hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time, Guitar Hacks. Take care.